love. And when you speak about the greatest figures to ever wear the green and white of Nigeria's Super Falcons, one name stands tall. OnomeEbi. A warrior. A leader. A pioneer. A history maker. This is the story of the woman who dedicated her entire life to the Nigerian female national team, carrying the dreams of millions on her shoulders for over 2 decades. Born on the 8th of May, 1983, in Lagos, Nigeria, OnomeEbi grew up with football stitched into her heart. In a society where football was often considered a game for men, young Onome refused to bow to stereotypes. While other girls were encouraged to focus on acceptable dreams, she carried a ball, chasing it through the streets, dusty fields, and schoolyards. Her early journey wasn't glamorous. There were no cameras, no cheering crowds, no spotlight. Just a burning dream and the courage to chase it. From her youth, she understood something most players don't discover until later in life: football is more than just a game. It's a platform, a sacrifice, and a mission. Onome's talent could not be ignored. At just 20 years old, she was called into the Super Falcon squad for the 2003 FIFA Women's World Cup in the USA. For many, making it to the World Cup once is a dream. But for Onome, it was the beginning of a lifelong journey. She didn't just wear the green jersey, she defended it with every ounce of her strength. A no-nonsense defender, fearless in tackles, composed in leadership, and relentless in spirit. Over the years, she became a backbone for the team. When younger players faltered, Onome stood tall. When Nigeria faced giants like the USA, Germany, and France, Onome reminded everyone that the Super Falcons would never back down. Legends are defined by their records, and OnomeEbi has one that may never be broken. She is the first African footballer, male or female, to play in 6 FIFA World Cups. 2003, 2007, 2011, 2015, 2019, 2023. 6 different tournaments. 6 different chapters. 6 different versions of herself, yet always the same fighter for Nigeria. Think about that for a second. 2 full decades at the very top of women's football. 20 years of sweat, sacrifice, and commitment to one jersey, the green of Nigeria. Every time she walked onto the pitch, she wasn't just playing for herself. She was playing for Nigeria, for African women, and for every little girl who dreamed of playing football one day. But greatness never comes cheap. Onome has faced injuries, criticism, and the painful reality of women's football in Africa, where recognition is rare, resources are limited, and respect has to be earned the hard way. There were times she played through pain. Times she was doubted. Times people whispered that maybe she was too old, that maybe it was time to step aside. But OnomeEbi never listened to the noise. She trained harder. She fought stronger. She came back every single time. Because to her, representing Nigeria was not a job, it was a calling. She often said, "When I wear this jersey, it is not about me. It is about Nigeria. It is about all the women who dream of this moment. I cannot take it for granted." Beyond her tackles and clearances, OnomeEbi's true power is her leadership. She has been a mentor to countless younger players: Rasheedat Ajibade, Asisa Tashola, Michelle Alozie, and many more. She taught them that football is not just about talent, but about discipline, sacrifice, and heart. When the Super Falcons walked onto the pitch, opponents didn't just see 11 players, they saw OnomeEbi, the general at the back, commanding the team like a warrior queen. Her presence gave confidence. Her words gave strength. Her example gave hope. With the Super Falcons, OnomeEbi has lifted multiple Women's Africa Cup of Nations (WAFCON) trophies. She has faced rivals like Cameroon, South Africa, and Ghana, and she has led Nigeria to continental glory time and time again. Her story isn't just about World Cups. It's about keeping Nigeria's dominance alive in Africa. It's about ensuring that the Super Falcons remain the undisputed queens of African football. Onome's journey is more than a sports story, it's a life lesson. She represents resilience. She represents longevity. She represents dedication to a cause greater than oneself. In a world where many give up when the road gets hard, Onome stood firm. In a sport where careers end quickly, she stretched hers into history. In a generation where fame is fleeting, her legacy is eternal. At 40 years old, Onome stepped onto the global stage again in the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. For many, this was unthinkable. A 40-year-old defender, still going toe-to-toe with some of the fastest strikers in the world? But for Onome, it was business as usual. She defended with experience, with wisdom, with composure. She wasn't just a player, she was a mother figure for the team, guiding Nigeria through tough matches, inspiring fans across the world. The entire football community watched in awe. Commentators called her the timeless warrior, the ageless Falcon, and a true legend of the game. So what is OnomeEbi's legacy? It's not just the records. Not just the medals. Not just the appearances. Her legacy is the path she opened for African women in football. She proved that Nigerian women can dominate the world stage. She showed that discipline can make you last, that passion can carry you further than talent alone, and that loyalty to your country is a crown worth more than gold. Every young girl kicking a football in Nigeria today has a role model in OnomeEbi. She is the embodiment of perseverance, the picture of patriotism, and the proof that legends are made by consistency. If OnomeEbi could speak directly to the next generation of footballers, her message would be clear. Do not give up. It will not be easy. People will doubt you. People will criticize you. People will try to stop you. But if you love the game, fight for it. Respect the jersey. Respect the dream. Because when you wear your country's colors, you are carrying the hope of millions. Never take that for granted. OnomeEbi's story is one of the greatest football stories ever told, not just in Nigeria, not just in Africa, but in the entire world. A girl from Lagos who became a 6-time World Cup veteran. A defender who became a leader. A footballer who became a legend. A woman who became eternal. Whenever history speaks about the Super Falcons, OnomeEbi's name will always be written in bold. Not just because of what she achieved, but because of how she achieved it. With courage. With loyalty. With love. And that, right there, is the true definition of greatness. This is not just football. This is dedication. This is sacrifice. This is Nigeria. This is OnomeEbi.